What if that pile of scrap paper that you might have lying around your home is actually the missing piece to your next art journal page or your next piece of artwork? Well, today I'd like to share with you a very simple collage process that turns that feeling of overwhelm into something beautiful. And I also have a secret trick that will help you get going on your collage and make that first move onto that blank page and keep going once you've started. Now, my name's Alison and I'm really glad you've come along today, and I'm excited to share my little trick for collage. But let me just explain why I love collage. And I love it because there's absolutely no pressure with collage. You already have the materials lying around to get you going. And that can be very liberating. You don't have this blank page and nothing, maybe just a pencil or a pen. That can be very exciting if you love that. But if you're a little bit cautious or you don't feel very confident about art or getting going, then just having some scraps, some paper, you might have a little bit of newspaper or magazine text, greetings cards that you just don't have the heart to throw away. So collage is accessible, it's cheap, it doesn't cost a lot of money, it's no pressure. That's why I love collage, and I really hope you're going to enjoy this video today. So let's take a look at the resources. So what do I use? Well, the first thing I like to use are bits of leaflets and old magazines. They can be very useful for ripping into strips and laying some layers down. I also like to go to charity shops, and I've mentioned this before on my videos. I love charity shops. I recently found some sewing patterns, some iron-on sewing transfers, and they have been fantastic as well for all sorts of projects. If I've got any old pieces of art that I might have used before and put on one side and thought perhaps, it's not completely what I want, doesn't matter, I can reuse that, repurpose that in a collage too. Any previous project material that you've got left over can be brilliant in a collage. I've got some die cuts here of some bluebells, and I'm going to use those today because my garden at the moment has gone crazy with bluebell fever. So I think they're going to be in the collage today. Greetings cards, birthday cards, celebration cards, great resources to use in collage. You can use bits of fabric, lace, material, all sorts of things. Pages from old books, photographs. There are so many different things you can use to get going. So I'm going to gather up my resources that I need to use today, find a nice blank page in my art journal and get going. Okay, so what have we got here? Well, we've got some nice thick paper, blank page. The thicker the paper, the better usually, because you're layering up and you're going to be using lots of glue. So you want something fairly substantial that will absorb that glue. And by the way, talking about glue, I love to use Mod Podge, but that's just a personal favourite. And there are lots of other glues out there that are brilliant. So assembling all the bits and pieces together, I've just had a look as to what I've got in my stash, so to speak. And I've picked out these particular things because it's spring and the bluebells are out, the primroses are out, the tulips are actually out next May, although I did get some tulips to put in a pot. So I have seen some tulips this year already, but the spring flowers are all out in the hedgerows, in the fields, everywhere around. Beautiful. So I think I'm pretty much inspired by spring. So I need to think about how I'm going to arrange this. So what is my secret trick? Well, what works for me is to start with one anchor piece. Something a little bigger than the rest of the things around it, or something perhaps a little bit more eye-catching. And then all the other bits around it will support it. So this is great because instead of that sort of question where you ask, what do I add next, and start to get a little bit stuck, what you're doing is you're just building around that one focal point, that anchor piece, that one decision. And for me, that makes the whole page come together so much more easily. And that is something I've learned over the years creating collage. It is so much easier that way, in my opinion. But if you have a better way, then please share, because I would love to know, because this has worked for me, but there's probably lots of other ways of doing collage that can be very effective and can keep you moving forwards, if you like. So we're going to start layering. The layering is really important in collage. And I'm going to put a light layer down first, and I'm just going to tear some paper up. Tearing gives you that lovely organic look, and you don't have to overthink it too much. And I'm just going to layer up some strips here in the background, and I'm not going to overthink it too much. I'm just going to place the pieces where they feel right. So I'm not going to worry too much whether I overlap them or I leave gaps or I mix texture. In fact, mixing textures creates interest. So we don't have to think about this very much. We're just going to put down that first layer so we've got a bit of background interest. Now, once I've got that very first layer down, I'm going to think about my focal point, the main anchor, if you like, to the picture. So I think for me today, I'm going to, continuing with the theme of spring flowers, choose this painting that I did quite a while ago now. Of course, you don't have to use a painting. You could use a picture from a magazine, or if you want to check back at my last video, I did a collage using some charity shop finds, and those were some lovely big flowers that I managed to cut out to modify and blend into the collage. So yes, anything that you want as the main theme of your page, your collage, put in the middle there. So we're going to put this one in the middle and stick that down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to carry on, and while I do that, I'm just going to have a little chat about the history of collage, because I think it's really interesting. It actually goes all the way back to ancient China. Throughout history, people have been cutting and layering paper to decorate objects and tell stories. And from what I've read, after it appeared in China, it then spread to Japan and across to Europe, and was seen particularly in crafts, for example, like handmade goods and scrapbooks. In the 1900s, it became known perhaps more as fine art, and artists like Picasso started experimenting by adding real materials like newspapers and fabric into their paintings, and this movement was called Cubism. And it was a big deal because, from what I've read, instead of just painting an image, they were now bringing pieces of real life directly into their artwork. Look at this famous collage by Picasso. We've got a combination of paint with oilcloth to mimic a chair seat, and we can see it's blurring the lines between reality and art. And it's that idea of mixing materials that we're doing here right now. Now, after that Cubism movement, we see that collage really takes off and becomes even more experimental. Now, for me, I think when I was younger, I definitely associated collage with quite contemporary art in my head before I started to read into it and study it a bit more. And I'm thinking now of the 1960s and Andy Warhol and his images that he used from magazines and advertisements and pop culture. And I think these collages are saying art can come from everyday life. And I think that's what I love about collage. You can use anything. It's one of the most accessible ways to create, and it's pretty much free. We're repurposing old things if we can, and we are creating something that doesn't cost a huge amount of money. And that's got to be good in our current crazy life. Well, I'm going to make a cup of tea now, have a break, and continue. I do hope you'll stay to the end of the video to see the finished piece, but you can see that it is coming together, and that little trick of providing an anchor point as a central focus can really help us move forward with our collage creations. thank you for coming along today. I hope we've kept each other company. And if you enjoy this kind of relaxed art, and a little bit of history in there as well, let me know. And please do like and subscribe. It really makes a difference. And I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye for now.